Hi everybody, this is Angie from Tourangie.com, and today I'm in Bluefield, Virginia, and I'm doing a little loop around Bluefield, Virginia. I'm starting down South College, which I'm already on, but then I'll be taking a left on Tazewell Avenue, and it's going to circle around, but before I circle around on it, I'll end up going up Laurel, and I'm familiar with that street from many years ago, and it always used to scare me. So there's going to be a scary turnaround in this video because it's up on the side of a mountain. But anyway, or a hill, I guess. But anywho, I was always scared of driving off the top of it. Anyway, I'll be doing it's called Laurel Drive, but then I'm going to jump back on Tazewell Avenue and it's basically doing a circle because I end up going through Hockman's Pike area. So it's the residential area before I jump back on, eventually jump back on 460, but I'll be going past the Graham High School and stuff and different things. So I hope you enjoy this little tour. Anyway, we're going to start our little talk about a church that's just up the road here, and I'll point it out when we get to it. But it's the First United Methodist Church, and I have a good bit of history on it actually. So I figured I would read to you what I have found actually. So basically, the church has been around since the 1850s. Not the exact church, but the First United Methodist Church in general has been here since the 1950s. The first church was a small frame called Johnson's Chapel, built in 1853. Prior to the building of the chapel, worship for Methodists in the area was an old campground called Charles's Chapel. In 1888, Graham Methodist Episcopal Church South was made a station. At the time, a frame church was erected. In 1895, the church was burned accidentally by a thoughtless boy who was a janitor who struck a match to look into a closet where he had some waste and accidentally dropped the match. So that's what set the fire and burned the church. A new brick church was built on the same site in 1896, and by 1922 the church membership had outgrown the building, so they needed a larger building needed to be built. Construction began in 1923 and was completed in 1925. The cost of the new building was $85,000. In 1941, the name of the church was changed to First Methodist Church. In addition to the existing structures, and added in 1957 the educational annex and chapel. Okay, you can see it right here on the left. This is the church I'm talking about. In 1968, with the merger of the Methodist and Methodist and Evangelical United Brethren churches, the church again had the name changed to First United Methodist Church. Alright, so there's a little bit of information there, something that you maybe didn't know. Now right up here ahead on the right is another church. You're seeing it right now in the frame. I'm going to talk about it for just a second. Now, I'm not really familiar with this church. I just think I've noticed it for years and years, and it was standing there on the corner, so but it was the Christ Episcopal Church or St. Mary's Episcopal Church. And from what I've read, I'm not finding much, I haven't dug into the history on it. But I was basically just looking at a Facebook post that I had found. And it said that St. Mary's Episcopal Church in Bluefield, Virginia closed its doors basically in 2018. Now, I'm not sure, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. it could be really closed, but the building looks really good. And 2018 wasn't too long ago, but something else may have moved into that church, a different type of church. Somebody was mentioning Christ Church. Not sure. Sorry I didn't dig more into that for this video. It was just I had more information on the other church that I first mentioned. But I had to point out in that video that little church on the corner of Tazewell and Logan Street, because I've always witnessed it and thought, wow, it's a pretty little church. Anyway, we're taking a left now, and this is Laurel. And basically the only reason I know this is one of my mom's friends used to live up here many years ago, before I could even drive. So I remember coming up this road with my mom, and the top scares me to death because, well, you'll have to see it when I just get up here, because yeah, I've turned into a big chicken, honestly, when it comes to some of these country and mountain roads. And I'm going to be doing some more videos in the future of some scary steep roads here in the area that I'm really not familiar with. But this one I thought, well, I can do it because I remember it from many years ago. So we're going to drive up to the top, and then we're just going to turn around and come back down. The top is what scares you because there's no guardrail at the top. You'll have to turn left or to turn right, and you're basically, if you went any further, you're going to be over the cliff, over the side of the hill. So it's scary enough. So you could tell already we're climbing the hill, and just at the top I'll be turning around and coming back down. But I thought I would show it off since some of you all like to see some scary drives in the area, and Bluefield definitely has some scary little drives. See, look at that. That's scary. If I just went straight, I'd have went right over the mountain. Anywho, so I'm going to back up and turn around, but it's still, me backing up scares me. I have to do this a couple times just because I am such a chicken. I'm scared of going over the mountain. But yeah, there's a few houses on down that road, and this was scary when I was coming up as a kid with my mom when she was going to visit a friend. So anyway, I don't have anything else on Laurel. We're going to continue back down here once I get turned around and jump back on Tazewell for just a second, and then onto the Hawkman's Pike area, which all of you know that's basically the residential area of Bluefield, Virginia, and we'll go up some of the streets there. We'll end up at where the old Mayflower restaurant used to be, and how basically they've changed the road through there. The entrance into that area has changed a good bit since what? I guess that's been like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. Anywho, you can see, goodness, going down Laurel, it's a steep one, but it's not as bad as, what is it, Mercer Street in Bluefield that scares me to death. Anywho, so now you have seen a crazy road in Bluefield, Virginia. Alright, so we'll continue this drive, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about Bluefield, Virginia. Actually, you know what? I'm going to finish this video with Laurel. At the end of Laurel here, I'm going to cut it off because it's almost a 10-minute video already. So you've got to hear about the churches and see this crazy steep street. And the next day, the day after this video comes out, I will put part 2 up, which will be Hawkman's Pike and coming back around. Because this is, just looking at the video now, this is about a 20-minute video, and I don't want it to be that long for you. So we're going to break it up into 2 parts. But I hope you've enjoyed so far what you've seen. Just driving down South College and getting on Tazewell Avenue and some of the churches, and checking out Laurel here with this crazy curvy road up the mountain that's a little scary. So this is Angie from Tourangie.com. Come to my website, read my blogs, make appointments so I can help you plan your next travel adventure. Talk to you later.